couple of weeks ago, Joe Biden was in a Google Hangout when he was asked a question by Philip DeFranco about gun control. Joe Biden went off on a tangent about how shotguns are more lethal than military-style rifles or AR-15s, how you don't need an AR-15, all you really need is a shotgun, because after all, an AR-15 is impossible to use even in the hands of a trained professional.
Yeah, you know, guess what? A shotgun will keep you a lot safer. A double-barrel shotgun than the assault weapons in somebody's hands who doesn't know how to use it, even one who does know how to use it. You know, it's harder to use an assault weapon than hit something that is a shotgun, okay?
Mr. Biden was absolutely shredded online, as he should have been, for his silly comments in the Google Hangout. But not being content there, Mr. Biden went into another online forum and was once again asked the question of gun control. Mr. Biden went right back to his shotgun comments, except this time he really kind of doubled down on stupid. He went even further down the path of absolute silliness.
So she's asking if a ban goes into effect on certain kinds of weapons and high-capacity magazines.
And what's her name?
Kate.
Kate, if you want to protect yourself, get a double-barrel shotgun, have the shells, a 12-gauge shotgun, and I promise you, as I told my wife, we live in an area that's wooded and somewhat secluded. I said, Jill, if there's ever a problem, just walk out on the balcony here or walk out, put that double-barrel shotgun and fire 2 blasts outside the house. I promise you, who's ever coming in is not going to, you don't need an AR-15. It's harder to aim, it's harder to use, and in fact, you don't need 30 rounds to protect yourself. Buy a shotgun. Buy a shotgun.
I honestly can't believe the advice that Mr. Biden gave to his wife. Telling her to go outside with a double-barrel shotgun and just fire it off randomly into the air, I hope it's the air that he's telling her to shoot it into, is just absolute silly. It's tactically ridiculous, and it's probably going to land her in prison, and certainly that advice would land somebody else in prison or jail that followed it. It's not legal in most jurisdictions to take a gun outside and just fire it in the air, especially in a residential area. So it's just bad advice for him to be giving that, especially in an online forum where millions of people could potentially see it. Then you have the whole subject of, well, she has a double-barrel shotgun because Mr. Biden doesn't think you need more than 2 rounds, apparently, and she just fired off both rounds. She just announced to the world, including the bad guy that may or may not be outside, that she just emptied her 2-shot shotgun. Then there's the whole topic of the Secret Service. Mr. Biden has Secret Service protection, so it stands to reason so does his wife. I can only imagine the alarm bells it would bring up if Mrs. Biden went outside and just started firing shotguns off in the air. Despite the fact that Joe Biden is a walking gaffe looking for a place to happen, the threat of gun control is still very real. We as law-abiding gun owners need to stand up and oppose these mindless gun control laws. I mean, after all, I hear all these politicians talking about great ways to take guns away from the law-abiding citizens, but I don't hear anybody proposing ideas for taking guns away from criminals. All they want to do is disarm law-abiding citizens. But I don't want to digress too much. What we need to do is write our congressmen, write our senators, and let them know that we oppose these mindless bills. I'll put a link in the description below that will take you to a website where you can quickly and easily put in your name, your zip code, and find all of your representatives and send them a message saying that you oppose these gun control laws, the assault weapons ban and the magazine bans that we currently face. If you guys have any questions, you can always ask those questions on our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/militaryarms. You can also find us on Twitter. I'll put a link to Twitter down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please stay in the fight. I'll talk to you guys soon.